Hello there, Internet. This is Monday, the 4th of February, 2019. I'm Doc Eon, and I've got a cold. So, please excuse that my voice will sound a bit strange for the extent of this video. I want to show you, first of all, some finished minis. These are the smaller dudes I've finished. I've finished a few big monsters as well, but here we have these two Reaper bones that were sort of started and pretty much finished last week even, but they are complete now. We have the Sorceress, and we have yet another copy of Hajad the Pirate. I don't know why, but I every time I paint this guy, and it's like my third copy now, I feel that he should have darker skin. Maybe next time I paint him, I'll do a really pale skinned dude, just for laughs. And here we have Corindra Thistlemore, the fighter. This time I painted a bit more the colors that Reaper uses in their version on the site. Not exactly the same, but a little bit the same. And again, very simple shield design, just the quartered fields of color. No attempt at freehand. And purple cloak, which is difficult to do. Difficult to highlight without it looking weird. You be the judge of how I pulled it off. Finally, a big weasel, a red weasel, giant red weasel, and sort of angry looking. I'm not sure about the eyes. It's not really a beast eye, but well, it gets the idea across. And yeah, not much more to say about those, really. We also have some big guys that have been finished, and the most interesting one probably is the Frog Demon, because I painted him kind of bright colors, various greens and yellows and some reds, and again I left the skin a bit glossy. This is a satin varnish to get sort of make it look a bit slimy. Yeah, I think he came out okay. Now this guy, looking carefully at the description, he's supposed to be an armored troll, according to Reaper. So I painted him sort of greenish. It doesn't look... the body shape is not very trollish. I think it's some sort of weird hybrid ogre troll thing. So I painted him kind of green, but not as green as I would a pureblood troll. And various armor and so forth. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to talk so much because of my cold. And finally we have the owlbear, which I painted rather simple. You know, gray feathers with white edges and just some sort of brown fur. And that's it, really. Nothing fancy. But hopefully effective. And that is my 7 miniatures completed this week. And one big eye left to go. So, yeah. Not as far along on this one. You can see a lot of metal on him. He is very metal. But there's also a lot of bare skin that is going to be almost black. It's going to be very dark gray. Apart from that, things like the beard and some of the clothing, more shading on the iron. It's especially difficult. Something like this hammer, which is like a big block of metal, there's no texture to it. It's really hard to shade. You have to. Well, I mean, I know how to do it. It's just very time consuming, and it means I can't speed paint as much as I would have liked if I wanted to make it look good, that is. So, well, it's well along the way. Anyway, in any case, you can see that it's coming together. Yeah. Now this is the lineup of the ladies from Dark Sword Miniatures. They are, well, I've assembled them in some cases. This was 4 pieces. The head, sword arm, and shield arm were all separate, so they had to be glued on. However, I left the shield. I can't pick it up right now. You see the shield down there. It's a shield that belongs to this lady. It's on the left arm. It's a really big round shield. Attaching that beforehand would cover up a lot and make it difficult to paint. So I'm going to paint everything but the shield first, then attach the shield and then paint the shield. Yeah. Otherwise, apart from priming, all I've done is put down some undercoats on the areas where I think I'm going to put some metallic. And yeah. That's the progress on them. Once more, the postal service has failed me. You know, I thought I have a small order incoming from Hassle-Free Miniatures that I know has been shipped, but it must be going by a really slow boat from England, because it isn't here yet. Oh well, I need to add some more projects to the queue, and I decided to do another of those side-by-side comparison projects where I pick out the same monster or creature or whatever from different manufacturers, from different miniatures companies and sculptors and so forth, and try to paint them up, well, in the same paint scheme, so to speak. And I have this is one of the last Gale Force 9 minis I have unpainted in my collection, is the Ogre Mage Kwesnev, who is from the module, what was it called, White Plume Mountain. And so this actually contains two models, because in the module, model and module, when you first meet this Ogre Mage, he's polymorphed into the shape of a halfling, and he's trying to fool the play characters. So this contains both the halfling form and the Ogre Mage form. Yeah. But what else do I have that's an Ogre Mage? Well, these days in D&D they don't call them Ogre Mages, they mostly call them Onis. So we have two Reaper Bones, the female Oni, and the male one gets a name, Rogaku. Yeah. And these look a little more like the sort of the Japanese antecedents of the term Oni. They have armor and weapons that are slightly like old-fashioned Japanese style. And then we have an Oni with a special cobblestone base, which is from a company called Stonehaven Miniatures that I got as part of a Kickstarter a while back. And this is a huge resin single-piece cast, actually, interestingly. But it has lots of these artifacts of resin casting, like these things under the feet, and this here, and that. And so this is going to require some careful cutting to get those off without breaking, like, for example, anything in the scabbard, because, yeah, it's got a big paddle on its back. And this is, of course, very, very much Japanese armored, and a huge katana or nodachi or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, clearly Japanese style. So we got 4 Oni or Ogre Mages and 1 Halfling miniature. That's 5 minis to start. That doesn't seem very ambitious, but these are maybe, I think these might be slightly complex, these models. And also I have to figure out a good blue skin color scheme, which is not entirely easy. Yeah. But I'll think of something. That was everything I had to share for this week. So have a good week until next time we see each other. Click like, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll be back same time in a week. I'm Dr. Young, signing off.